Granit Xhaka has responded to some comments from Patrice Evra questioning Arsenal's mentality, particularly ripe in the wake of their first defeat in a couple of months, which came away at Sheffield United. This is what Xhaka had to say. For me, it's the same if you play home or away. You have to win, you have to show big character, you have to show good games and not to find always the same excuse. A lot of people speak too much. I have a lot of respect about Evra because he was a great player, but you have to be careful what you say in those situations as well. For me, it's strange because they were in the same situation as us. They were players. So I guess the wider point here, Craig, is
he's a big baby.
Is he a big baby, which is what Evra said. But effectively, you know, should players, ex-players, be getting involved in making comments about current players and their mentality?
Well, we're all stuffed if we can't.
Exactly. But that's Xhaka's point of view, isn't it?
Oh, honestly, I couldn't make it up. I'm sure Patrice Evra, I don't know the guy, but you know, he does some off-the-cuff things, and he's made remarks on this. I don't know right or wrong, but I'm sure he's not fussed what Granit Xhaka is saying or whether he's upset about it. In my career doing this, going quickly from playing straight into broadcasting, there are people got very upset at times, and that's part and parcel. And you have to have the mentality, which I certainly do as well. You know, as long as you can back it up, I don't really give a stuff if you're upset or not. It's something you got to take. Did I like criticism when I was playing? No, I didn't. Did I get it? Yeah, I did get it. And you got to sort of soak it up. There was a few journalists that I had words with during my playing career, and then. And quite serious words, by the way, Ross. And then when I went into this side of the business, I talked to them like nothing had happened, because you got to sort of let it go. And I'm kind of thinking with Granit Xhaka and one or two others, by the way, they're soft-centred. They are really, and maybe that's a mirror image of Arsenal at the moment, to be fair.
Is it a modern thing, or were there always characters in the dressing room who you felt were obviously overly sensitive and wouldn't respond well to criticism?
Yeah, because it's like any walk of life. There are some people that are a little more sensitive to things than others, and then there are some people that have got a thicker skin, and we all deal with it differently. You know, criticism is not easy to take, and sometimes you have to sit back and say, do you know, maybe actually they're right. At the end of the day, you know, Granit Xhaka and others just have to get their head down and do the job. Is he good enough to be Arsenal captain? No, he is not. The fact he's Arsenal captain tells you where they are at the moment. You know, he's got a bad disciplinary record. He had it in Germany, he's got it again here. And he's only fueling the fire, coming out and crying about people making comments. Because I tell you what, if Arsenal continue to struggle, people will make more comments. And, you know, what's he going to do? Bar back every time somebody does it. So, you know, he hasn't got a leg to stand on. Criticism is not going to go away, and praise only comes when Arsenal do things like they did back in the heyday of Wenger, when they were bossing the English game, basically, and they're a million miles from that.
Arsenal's problems seem to have extended a very long way, even towards the latter end of that Wenger era. Why can't they bring players in with that kind of strength of character that they require to change the impression that we get that Arsenal will always go away from home in certain venues and always struggle? Is it sort of, can you not avoid it with the way that they play their football, with the way that they conduct themselves, the way they have their training set up?
I don't know what the answer is, but you know, you need to build a building block, and you go out and you need to strengthen your team in key areas, and you need to be, you know, physically, mentally a lot tougher, and you go out and spend 70 million or whatever it was on Pepe. You know, he got 22 goals for Lille, I get that, but he's a bit of a fancy Dan. Do you know what I mean? How many fancy Dans do Arsenal need? I'm not saying he's not a good player. We've certainly got no evidence that he's going to cut it in the Premier League at the moment. He's been a bit very much hit and miss, more miss. But you're kind of thinking, where are Arsenal trying to build from? David Luiz coming in right at the last minute. We know how up and down he is. The Ozil problems, you know, they've got a lot of guys that are very efficient and nice on the ball, and I don't think quite enough of the other sort, and hence the balance isn't quite right. Listen, they might make the top four, but that's telling you everything about the rest, you know, and they might get away with it, but at the moment they're not. You know, they continue to be a team that's a long, long way from even looking like challenging Man City and Liverpool.
But if they can change the philosophy...
they might have to change the manager as well because he's coming under pressure. They're another club that you could look at the ownership and bang your head in the wall for about a week and a half, and the owner probably wouldn't even take notice. There's a lot of that going around at the moment. There's a lot of frustration between a lot of clubs who are not seeing the quality coming in that they once did, apart from Liverpool in the Premier League, Liverpool and Manchester City.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.